Hi everyone and welcome to my very first YouTube video. Today I'm going to set up my new bullet journal for the new year. As you can see, I have this really gorgeous sparkly notebook from Archer&Olive. They're a really great brand, you should definitely check them out. And I'm so excited to get started. On the final page of my last journal, I made this little checklist, what I wanted to include in my 2021 setup. And I just have that lying on the desk next to me so I can see which spread is up next. And now for the best part of starting a new journal, adding my name to the very first page. It's just such a satisfying feeling, I'm sure you know what I mean. And then next to it I'm adding my key, which is just a collection of all the little symbols I'm using throughout my journal, just to have them all at a glance in the front of my journal. And then I also added some little doodles of stars and the moon to match the cover of my journal. Moving on to my cover page, I just wrote out 2021 in this really big block letter font and colored it in with my black marker. And then I also added my moon and stars doodles underneath it. My next two pages are a 2020 review page and a 2021 goals page, and I wanted to keep the design for these really simple, so I just glued in a little black square of my black paper right in the middle of the two pages, outlined them with this little offset square that I'm doing in all my spreads, and just used my white pen to add the titles. Next up is my yearly log. For this one I just cut out and glued in 12 little pieces of my black paper on which I added the names of the months, and then I just added some boxes to each of the months, and that's it. My next two spreads are a books to read spread and a period tracker. I recommend this tracker to everyone who has to deal with a period, and also if you take birth control or you have to keep track of your doctor's appointments. It's just a really simple to make but so useful spread. I started off by doing the title and then gluing a thin piece of black paper at the top, and then I just wrote out all the numbers for all the months up until August, I think, because I think after August I'm going to be using my second journal of the year. It's a bit tedious to write down all the numbers, but it's really worth it. And then on the days you have your period, you can just use your marker to color in the days or circle them or whatever you like. For my books to read spread, I cut out and glued in 3 slightly thicker pieces of the black paper that are going to function as a bookshelf, and then I just put the title and drew out a couple of books. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna actually read that many books, although it is a goal of mine to read a lot more. But let's be ambitious. I put quite a few books onto the 3 shelves. These next 2 spreads are really simple. They're just brain dump / note spreads. One is for theme ideas and one is for YouTube video ideas. And I didn't really do much except glue in 2 pieces of black paper on which I added my titles, and then I just left the rest of the 2 pages blank so I can just fill them with all my ideas for YouTube videos and bullet journal themes. Next up is a spread I've never done before in my bullet journal. It's a Kanban board. I saw Elizabeth from Plant-Based Bride on YouTube do this for her 2021 setup, and I thought it was such a cool idea to put one in your bullet journal, because I essentially use my bullet journal for all planning I do, so it only fits that the board would be in there. I'm not the best person to explain this, obviously, but how I'm going to be using it is every piece of the black paper I'm gluing in is going to stand for one part of a task I'm doing. So if the big task is making a new YouTube video, the first one would be planning the video, the second would be filming, and so on. And then I put my project name on a sticky note, and I can move the sticky note to whatever stage of the project I'm at. And I think that's actually a really, really good idea for planning and keeping track, especially if you have maybe lots of different tasks, or in this case, lots of different YouTube videos you're planning. So I think this is a really nice idea, and I also really like how the spread turned out. We're almost at the end of the setup. This is the second to last spread, and it's my theme gallery spread. I had so much fun with this last year. Last year I did only a single page for this, and essentially I put 12 boxes, one for each month of the year, and every month I made a mini version of my cover pages so I could look back at all the fun themes I did in the year. So I just thought I would make this a double page spread this year, so I have a little more room for all the themes. And what I did is I just glued in a rectangular piece of the black paper right in the middle, added my title, and then the 12 boxes all around. Very simple again, like this whole setup has been, but I really enjoy how it looks. Now onto the final spread of this setup. This is also a spread I did last year, and it's kind of similar to the spread I just did, because it's also a bunch of rectangular boxes all over the page. But for this one, I'm not going to fill the boxes with my themes, but with memories, pictures from the year. I did this last year, as I said, and I really, really enjoyed doing it and choosing a special memory from each month, and it's so fun to look back at it. So I really wanted to do that again this year. Design-wise, I cut out 12 rectangles of my black paper and glued them all over the page, a little scattered and not as straight as on the spread before. And yeah, I just glued them in and added the titles of the months on top with my white pen, and that's it. And now for the final and full flip through of my 2021 bullet journal setup. I hope you enjoyed my very first YouTube video and of course this setup. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up and follow me on social media. I post a lot over on Instagram. Yeah, and just leave some love on my channel. I'm looking forward to making lots more videos and I hope to see you there.